The order is their value criterion, two off case positions, their contention one, and then their contention two. Is anybody not ready? All right. First, on their value criterion, they said utilitarianism. We agree with this. Whoever wins, that their consequences outweigh the consequences of the opponent's team, should win this debate. My first off case position is the disarmament DA. First is that lethal autonomous weapons proliferation is good. It's de escalatory, prevents conflict and nuclear war, and leads to nuclear disarmament. Laws are capable moral actors that solve war and extinction and provide deterrence. Umbrello et al. In 2018. Laws' cost would be small. States could maintain stockpiles of laws far larger than any army. The low cost would make them more expendable with greater precision. Low cost, military effectiveness, expendability, precision could drive proliferation while lowering the threshold for use. Laws are capable moral actors without human intervention. Proliferation might not be undesirable. Ethical laws, high precision laws achieve military objectives, reduce the probability and proportion of indiscriminate harm. Violating LOW laws that are fully autonomous prevents conflicts from breaking out by providing a credible means for retaliation. If you strike me first, I will unleash a swarm of laws that devastate your infrastructure, poison your streams, set fire to your farms, destroy your armies, and assassinate your leaders. The precision and effectiveness of laws could accelerate nuclear disarmament. Laws as agents capable of conventional weapon use rather than non-convention use. Laws accelerate nuclear disarmament. The climactic consequences of a nuclear war, nuclear winter, a nuclear war would guarantee self-annihilation. Laws provide a winter-safe deterrence by providing states with a credible threat of retaliation without the global catastrophic risk of nuclear conflict. Laws would render the world's nuclear arsenals irrelevant and lower the overall risk of human annihilation. Next is the nuclear war risks extinction and outweighs existential risks. PND in 16. Even if the other does not launch, will still make the world uninhabitable, inducing global famine for decades, self-assured destruction, agricultural production would decline, caused by many deaths of all humans and other species, as well as destroying the delicate structure on which civilization has come to depend. Nuclear weapons threaten the human survival with immediacy. Climate change does not. My second off-case position in this debate is the AIDA. First is that banning lethal autonomous weapons destroys military research and development on artificial intelligence, which spills over to destroy all future AI innovation. New in 2018. Defense and research and development activities have long played a crucial role in innovation, widely used technologies. Defense agencies' investments in AI will be no different should policymakers succumb to baseless fears that military AI research will lead to killer robots. It will set back important AI research. The full ban on fully autonomous weapons is not nearly so clean-cut of an issue and would significantly hinder innovation of any fully autonomous system would rely on amounts of R&D. The fear of autonomous weapons engenders the apprehension of AI R&D efforts that could conceivably be used in an autonomous weapon. Concerns overshadow the vast amount of valuable AI research taking place in U.S. defense agencies. AI R&D efforts could generate crucial breakthroughs that benefits broad AI applications beyond military ones. Machine learning techniques that could explain themselves, sabotaging important AI research, is counterproductive, will harm innovation. This technology is not just about killer robots. AI research in defense can create immeasurable benefits. Next is that artificial intelligence solves global warming. Vincent, 19. AI can help with one of the greatest threats facing humanity, climate change. Using AI to monitor deforestation to develop materials that can replace steel and cement, which account for 9% of emissions. AI to model complex systems so we can better prepare for future changes. That AI could be invaluable in mitigating and preventing the worst effects of climate change. Machine learning could help forecast electricity generation demand, integrate renewable resources into national grids, and reduce waste. Monitor agricultural emissions and deforestation. AI model changes will help scientists predict extreme weather events, make transportation more efficient, reduce energy usage by 20%, geoengineer a more reflective Earth, and find ways to make clouds more reflective. AI could help with this. Lastly, warming causes extinction. Ramanthan in 17. Climate change is an existential threat with warming. Warming of magnitude exposed 75% of the world's population to deadly heat stress. 4% degrees Celsius or more will expose more than 7 billion to deadly heat stress and vector-borne diseases. There still may be time to avert catastrophic changes. Policies must be strengthened substantially within the next 5 years. Catastrophic warming to stop warming at 2 degrees Celsius is of the essence. Their case. First answer is that if I win the artificial intelligence dissad, I win this contention because it is a impact turn to this contention. They say artificial intelligence is bad. We're saying that artificial intelligence is good. We say that this arms race is going to happen no matter what, and that it is safer if we have these weapons in the first place. My next argument is that there's no autonomous weapon miscalc Blanchard in 14. Advocates make that the point that there will be a robotics arms race. Human Rights Watch is arguing that even nations seeking a very cautious approach to autonomous weapons feel compelled to deploy these. The fear of the loss of military advantage. One fatal flaw, a robotic weapon cannot meet international norms, is unlikely to have a military advantage. Every targeting decision in war requires a careful set of judgments that are now done by human beings. It is unlikely that an autonomous robot would have the capacity to determine targets and make the judgment about proportionality. They would provide a military advantage over weapons still controlled by humans. I doubt it. It's not enough to hit a legitimate target. The effectiveness on the battlefield requires the right consequence, the right sequence, market sequence. My second argument is that it's inevitable. Their Jane and Kronig evidence says that China's developing these weapons now. We've already opened Pandora's box. We're not going to close it. The swarm's contention. First is that this is inevitable because non-autonomous swarms probably happen in the status quo and take out this entire advantage. My second argument is drone swarms don't exist. Atherton 20. The question is theoretical. Drone swarms do not exist. My third argument is this impact is laughable. Terrorism by bioweapons and chemical weapons have killed like 6 people in the history of the world. It's not going to happen. And biological weapons do not outweigh nukes, seats, and 16. Chemical weapons are unlikely to pose a serious threat. They are banned under international law, making acquisition of potential compounds challenging. There's no empirical examples of market successful. Thank you, and please vote for the neg in today's debate.